Hi guys, it's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. Just another little update on, I mentioned in the last video that we were making some changes on where we were going to first pin the goat in. And this is the back side of the cabin here, the back corner here. And you can see the goats down the hill down there. Well, up here on this hill where it starts going up the hill from down there, where you can see the shed down there, and again, not exactly too close to the house here, but just probably the corner of that shed there, back up the hill here, I'm going to run a fence up through here once I get it all cleared out. And then I'm going to run a fence down there along this side of the creek here, because the creek is actually on my property and the other side of the creek is on my property, but I'm gonna run it over to the neighbors, and I'll show you in a few when I get over that way. But because I'm gonna walk up through here and kind of give you guys an idea of where we're gonna start putting the goats at first, because the old overgrowth up here and everything grows real fast, so there'll be plenty for them to eat up in here. But yeah, I'm gonna run it right in here. And this way I can switch them back and forth from when we do move them over to out by the road, get all that fenced in and get them out by the road. Now, again, I know this is probably going to be shaky, guys. Do my best here. Gives you guys an idea how much cleaning I got to do in here. Not a lot before I put the goats in, but it's here's some old, I don't know what it is. Some kind of old wood or something. It actually looks like old fence posts. And there's not a lot of this up in here, but there's a piece of metal tin that's buried under the leaves and all over years. It's fallen on top of it. And here's an old fence line that used to run through here, but it hasn't been used in quite a few years. And I think I mentioned before, years and years ago, someone that owned it way back before me, or the other people that I bought it from, had cattle, not cattle, hogs. They raised a lot of hogs up in here. And they had it all fenced off. There's an old chute over here that's fallen down, deteriorated. And I also mentioned there was an old dried up pond over here, or up here on this hillside. Maybe kind of hard to see. And it's shallow, it's not really deep. And I don't know whatever happened to it. I think someone told me it leaked. And that's the reason there's no water in it. It won't hold any water. And that one side or the other, it actually leaks. And you can see there's all kinds of brush and oh God, everything. That's fallen trees up here. And there's that old dead oak that eventually is going to be cut. But that thing is huge, so I'm going to have to get a huge chainsaw to cut it. And then, you know, I've got to jerk all this fencing out of here. This old fencing and crap. So the goats don't get hurt on it, and the sheep don't get hurt on it. Because it's all down on the ground and everything. But anyway, my property keeps going up here. And there's another tree. Actually, someone's cut that one and dropped that one right there. I don't know when they did it, but it's been a while. And there's another one. Somebody's cut a couple of them up in here and dropped them and just left them. I don't know why they did that, but again, they should have took the firewood. But the neighbor's cow pasture that you guys have seen before is up in the corner. And as you notice, my property goes right to that corner right there. That metal fencing corner, and his property is from there. And I have property on the other side to my right. But there's where my corner is, or from his anyway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to him And he's a really nice guy. He's not the one I've had a problem with or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to talk to him about putting my fence right along his, because he has barbed wire, because he has cattle. And he's a, yeah. But I want to put that web fencing in here so I can keep goats in here. But anyway, it goes on down the hill. Let's see if I can get through here. I don't come up in here much, because I'd never figured out what I was going to use it for. But now, after thinking about it, it'd be great for the goats. So they already come up in here when I turn them loose. But lately I won't turn them loose because there's no greenery, there's nothing growing. And they don't know how to stay away from the road. Unfortunately, they're looking for something greener to eat. But yeah, you can see the old rotten trees, and somebody's cut them and just dropped them and laid them down in the wood. I mean, down in the old pond here. I may try to figure out why that thing is leaking or why it won't hold water and try to reuse this thing. So when I do put the goats up here, then again, I don't really need a big pond. I got one out by the road there. But anyway, oh, it's getting off the stick. But you can see the fencing, the barbed wire fence. I think you guys can anyway. Again, I apologize, but I gotta be careful where I'm walking here. And there's that one fell over. That's a dead one that's falling over. But that other one back up there, someone cut it and dropped that one and just left it laying there. But there's not a lot of, it's mostly tree limbs and branches that's fallen over the years, and as you can see in here, and I'm gonna clean some of it out, you know, so the goats can get through here. There's a lot of brush up in here. There's a lot of young trees that'll grow leaves and stuff that the goats left. Let's see if I can get through here. I've never come up through this side anyway. I mean, I have, but it's been a while. But anyway, there's the fence going down the hill. And there's a neighbor actually just come in, get ready to put some hay out for us cows. Actually, that's the guy that works for him. As you guys can see, he's coming through there. He has to drive across the same creek that I do. They have a special place that they put a lot of rocks where they can come right across there. But yeah, he's blowing the horn for the cows. But yeah, he's done it every day pretty much. With this may be where the water's coming out, I don't know. Here, looks a little low here. But there's that huge oak tree that's dead that needs to be cut down. If you guys can see it there, but it's huge. And eventually I got to get it down one way or the other because I don't want it to fall. And then get what firewood I can out of it. But it's pretty rotten. Again, coming down the hill here. And you guys bear with me because I'm hitting briars here and actually, and everything else. Oh yeah, I'm in a big briar patch now. Okay. And this is another piece of, I gotta get out of this briar patch. This is another piece of fencing that you guys can see, and some of it's down in the ground, which I'm gonna have to bring the tractor up here. There's barbed wire and there's web fencing. It's kind of hard to see, but you guys may be able to see this all rusted. Going right through there, and it's all balled up over here. And hook chains to it and jerk it out. But it's tied to this post right here, which starts down this way. And this starts down the backside over here. And so anyway, I've got to jerk all this wire out of here, and so the goats don't get hurt on the barbed wire. So when I turn them loose up in here, it's going to be a little bit of work, but it'll be worth it. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, and it goes on down that way a little bit. Another row of fencing. This starts from right here, headed down that way. And so I'm going to have to jerk all that out. Now the chickens already come all up in here, and the goats do too normally. But the chickens love it up in here. You see them all up in here scratching around and everything. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to stay out of these briar patches up in here. Uh-oh, I got on the wrong side or something. But anyway, here's the old cattle chute, or not cattle chute, I'm sorry, hog chute. And of course, there's huge rocks. Come on, we're in southern Missouri, right at the northern Arkansas line. There's tons of rocks. There's rocks everywhere. But these are, the ghosts love it up in here. The honeysuckles up here. But this is the old hog chute where they used to load and unload the hogs. They'd back the trailer up apparently, from what I was told. And they would load their hogs up here into the trucks. Let's see if I can get down without breaking my neck here. Maybe I can get down the outside there. Not too worried about snakes right now because it's so cold. Snakes won't even come out. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it off for a second, and I'm going to get down the hill and I'll cut it back on again because I'm going to have to go through some briar patches, and I don't want to hear me whining here. So, oh, there's another dead tree I need to take out of there. I just noticed that one. But yeah, I need to take that one out. It's right up against this hog chute here. But I'm going to get on the other side where I can take a shot of it and show you guys down from below.